I'm Roxanne and welcome to Make It Just So. If you're new, thanks for joining us, and if not, welcome back. Please take a minute to subscribe so you can join for more sewing videos, and check out my blog at makeitjustsew.com for lots more sewing content. So today I'm discussing 4 tips to fix a frumpy t-shirt. And by frumpy, I mean too big, just hangs on you, and looks frumpy overall when you wear it out. So this whole story started with an epic family road trip up the California coast. It was last year, and we were celebrating my husband's 50th birthday, and we started in San Diego and made our way up to Yosemite. One of our stops on that trip was in Sausalito, beautiful little town right on the water, and we're popping in some t-shirt shops along our trip, and I locked eyes with this t-shirt. It was love at first sight. I knew I had to have it. And the graphics on this shirt were promoting cat adoption and the Hawaiian Humane Society, which, as a cat lover and meow me to my adopted cat Paprika, was already a good cause. So, but the graphics were a little cartoon. You'll see pictures, but of little cats running an ice cream truck, and the cats were also the customers eating ice cream. And everything about this picture, you could just tell a cat lover drew it, because everything down to their facial expressions and their little paws was just perfect. I mean, so cute, and it was different front and back. So it was like the front of the ice cream truck, the back of the ice cream truck. I just loved it. I loved the color palette. I had to have it. Didn't matter that they only had an extra large and I'm a size medium. I knew I could take it home and fix it. So I did. And fast forward a year, and this shirt now was sitting folded in my closet. And despite it making me smile every time I wear it, for all the reasons, the cuteness of the graphics and my love of cats and the reminder of our amazing trip we took, I wasn't wearing it. And I knew it was too big, but I thought maybe I could just wear it too big and, you know, let it be oversized, no big deal. But it just was frumpy. Every time I put it on, all I could see was frump. So I sat down and needed to define like what made it frumpy. So I'll show you a before little picture so you could kind of see a summary of my reasons of what made it qualify as frumpy. So for starters, the sleeves were just way too big, which meant the armholes were also big. They were gaping. So if I raised my arms, I felt like I was in danger of somebody looking into my shirt from my armhole. It was just not cute. Then the neckline was, you know, styled to fit a size XL. So on me, it wasn't, the proportions were off. It wasn't cute. It didn't have a style. It was off. It wasn't wide or narrow or big or V or deep or scoop. It was just off. And the length was unflattering. There were words that landed right across the midpoint of my bust line, so it felt like people would be reading across my bust, and I just didn't like that. It made me uncomfortable. And it wasn't even comfy as pajamas, because the cotton is a thicker cotton, a real nice stable knit, but that also means that it's not real breathable. So when you add in the overly large sleeves that I feel like I can't raise my arms, so now I've got like sweaty armpits with no fabric in between, skin on skin, and it's thick and it has a graphic front and back, so it makes it even a little less breathable. I just wasn't wearing it, and I said, it's time to fix this. So first, I kind of rounded up all these things into 4 ways to fix a frumpy t-shirt. And we'll start with the first one. You need to make it fit. First and foremost, if it doesn't fit, you won't wear it. It won't, it's for all the reasons I just explained. Especially in my case, if it's too big, it's still fixable. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. Number 2 was you need to give it an intentional style. So go into it with a style in mind. I don't like the way it is now because I would like to see it like this, and this style is what I'm shooting for. Yeah, number 3, you need to make it comfortable. If it's not comfortable, if it's not practical, you won't wear it. It doesn't matter how cute it is. You want to put clothes on, feel good, and forget about them. I don't think you want to be adjusting and tweaking and feeling self-conscious all day. You just want to feel good and be ready to move on with your day. And so the last one is to make it flattering. I think our favorite clothes at the end of the day are the ones that not only feel good, not only have style and fit well, but they flatter us and bring out the best in us. So this is what I did to fix this shirt. It came down to adding bust darts. In my case, with this kind of fabric, it wasn't stretchy enough to allow for good fit from the stretch. So I knew I needed bust darts. I knew I needed to fix the armholes. I took away the sleeves because that took care of the heat problem. I raised the graphic up onto the shirt so it fell in a better place on me. I raised the neckline. I took away the excessive fullness, and I cropped it because, coming back to style, I knew that I wanted to make it a boxy kind of muscle fit t-shirt, and that meant like a boxy shape, but not excessively drowning in fabric boxy. So taking all those things. Oh, and the last thing I did was I allowed for a 2-inch hem around the bottom of it to help give it more weight and hold the hem down so it wouldn't be flying in the wind. As a cropped shirt, I didn't want my stomach exposed, so that would help. Let's see here. So to do this, you can start in 2 different ways, really. I used a pattern that I drafted for myself to be a crew neck, sleeveless, muscle fit t-shirt with a dart. Now, you may not need a dart, and you may have a favorite t-shirt pattern, like a tried and true that you've made before, and as long as it fits onto your t-shirt, that is a perfect place to start. So you need to keep that in mind. If you don't have a tried and true t-shirt pattern, but do have a t-shirt that you like the fit of, that you like all the things you don't like about the too large shirt, you could also use that. You just need to fold it, lay it flat, and use it as a pattern, as a guideline for where you're going to cut and then sew, like I show in my cloning your favorite t-shirt blog post on my blog. You can check that out for more details about that. But now, on the blog, I did do an article to match this video, and I show in detail how I laid out my pattern. But in summary, you're going to want to start with the back piece of your pattern. You're going to lay it on the fold, and do not cut your t-shirt apart. That might be the first instinct is, okay, let me cut this t-shirt apart and lay it out like fabric. But the thing is, when we have a pattern for a t-shirt, usually the back is going to be narrower. As females, we have a chest, and that makes the front of the shirt wider. So if you cut the back out first, any excess, any extra along the sides that doesn't get used up for the back can then be folded to the front and used to supplement the front. So that's one key tip. Another issue I ran into was when I laid the front piece of my pattern onto my t-shirt, the necklines didn't match up. And that's because, like I mentioned, I want a crew neck t-shirt as the result, but I'm working with a wide scoop. So what I did to fix that was insert little almost like patches. I had some excess neckline, and yes, there's little seams going across it. I just ignored that, cut the shape I needed so that it would match up with the back at the side, at the shoulder seams, and I sewed that in. And it almost looks like it's a design feature. It goes with the little campy, casual nature of a t-shirt, so I just ran with it. The last fix I did was When I laid out the front above the bust dart, I was running out of fabric and I had to run onto the sleeve of the t-shirt, which meant, again, I had a little seam there. But as you can see in my blog, I took a close-up picture. It looks like an intentional design seam line at the end. So, moral of the story is be flexible, and a little creative pattern layout goes a long way. And I'm left with a perfect t-shirt that I'm excited to wear. I'll put a little picture in here so you can see front and back how it fits. It has the style I was shooting for. It's comfortable, and you know, it all worked out. So I thought I would share. I thought it was worthwhile, and maybe this could be something that you could use on something in your closet. Now, there's one tip that I thought I would share because I had to come up with this. When I went to lay out the back pattern piece on the back of the t-shirt, you want to lay it on the fold, center back. Well, if you fold your t-shirt in half, it's like quadruple layer, right? You'll have your back and then the front, then the front, and then the back. But you don't want that, obviously, to cut it out. And you also don't want to cut the t-shirt apart. I just told you not to do that because you'll cut up the excess by cutting up the side seams. So how do you lay it out on the fold is the question. And I'm going to show you. So I tried to explain this in words on my blog, but it's hard to explain in words, simple to show in video. So here I'm showing you with a smallish t-shirt, just for simplicity's sake, okay? You take your t-shirt, grab it by the neckline, and you line up the shoulder seams. So you're basically holding it at center back, center front. Line up those shoulder seams, and then you have a sleeve hanging here in the front and here in the back. Put your little hand through the sleeve. Okay, now you've got sleeve inside a sleeve, and you're left with center front on fold here and center back. So when you lay it out, you're going to put your pattern piece lined up with center back. Just smooth it out on the table, smooth out all that excess to the side. And all that matters is that you get that pattern piece on that smooth section of the back. That way, all of this excess will still be intact and you could use it on the front, okay? So, hope that makes sense. Maybe it'll make more sense if you read the article or attempt this yourself, because it gave me great results and I had to share. So, in summary, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know if you try it. I can't wait to see and hear how it works out for you. And in the meantime, happy sewing, and I'll see you next time.